In South Australia I was born.
Heave away, haul away.
In South Australia round Cape Horn.
We're bound for South Australia.
Haul away, you rolling king.
Heave away, haul away.
Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, heave away, haul away, it was there I met Miss Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia. There's just one thing that's on my mind. Heave away, haul away, that's leaving Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. And as we wallop round Cape Horn, heave away, haul away, you wish to God you've never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Australia I was born. In South Australia round Cape Horn. In South Australia I was born. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. In South Australia I was born. Heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. In South Australia I was born. Heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia.
Stepping into the fold, staring at the unknown.
sounds. Moonshine through the clouds, saddle up, 'cause there's no stopping me now. No stopping me. No stopping me. Turning over the stones, riding high and behold. No stopping me. Stepping into the now, never worried about
production of the Oneida Indians Network in collaboration with the IH Sports Network and South Fork Network.
And our check-in system was a little slower than normal, but we just always want to make sure that your kids' safety is first priority. So thank you very much for being patient. So we'll go ahead and get started. It is my honor to welcome everyone to our National Junior Beta Induction Ceremony. My name is Miss Lee Culver, and I am proud to be the sponsor of the Oneida Middle School National Junior Beta Club. I am tasked with guiding this group of bright young students as they become members of this club, grow into leaders of our school and community, and focus on the 4 pillars of Beta: achievement, character, leadership, and service. Simply being invited to become a member is an honor. Students at our school must maintain an average of 85 or higher in all core academic classes. They have to be in good disciplinary standing and have recommendations from their current year teachers. Inductees, I hope you feel pride in becoming members of this prestigious organization. You truly are the leaders in your school and community and are joining the ranks of over 500,000 active Beta members residing within approximately 9,000 clubs, both nationally and internationally. So it's a big deal. National Beta was founded upon 8 primary principles, each chosen to help students learn how to make a life for themselves and to become humble servant leaders. Here to explain each of these 8 principles are some of our current OMS Beta Club members. These 6 girls, and I say 6, we are missing Rebecca Cruz. She's sick, so we only have 5 with us, have done something that has only occurred at OMS twice that I know of since the Beta Club has been instated. Not this past year, but the year before. We did have a 7th grade student, and his mother is in here. Miss Sawyer Smith was the first, to my knowledge, that ever placed at the state Beta Club convention. He ranked 2nd in the ELA academic competition out of the entire state. And then this year, these lovely ladies ranked 4th in the marketing and communications competition. So every November, we go to Opryland Hotel, and we do the state convention, and there's these different competitions, and there are probably over 5,000 middle school Beta Club kids from across the state competing in different competitions. And these girls ranked 4th out of over 85 teams, which put them in the position to earn a spot in the Beta Club Nationals. That this coming summer is in Orlando, Florida. So we are heading to Orlando this summer to compete for the national marketing competition. So I'm very, very proud of them. I tell you this not to only brag on these individuals because they deserve it, but I also want to inspire and encourage all of you students to get involved as the year progresses, and especially next year, in different competitions and projects as they arise and as we go to the state Beta Convention. I will now let these ladies explain the 8 primary principles of our club.
Charity. Becoming a great citizen involves contributing to have the happiness of yourself and most importantly to others. Consider the skills and abilities you have and how they use to help others. Be generous, be courteous, considerate, and kind. Service. As one of the 4 pillars of Beta, service is the best way to demonstrate the Beta motto of let us lead by serving others. As you begin the part in service project, remember that is a duty and privilege to be able to serve others and follow your community members.
Humility. Our founder, Dr. John W. Harris, knew that the remaining humble in attitude was the best way to begin thinking of others over yourself. Humility can be defined as freedom from pride or arrogance. Be willing to take advice and always strive to help others. Justice. The principle can be defined as the quality of being impartial or fair. Be fair to your friends, peers, and people you don't know. Listen to each side of the story before passing judgment or making a decision that may affect individuals negatively.
Industriousness. Beta members are known for always being ready when help is needed. But above that, they put their heart into work that they are doing. Stay focused on the tasks presented to you and do them with the best of your ability.
Responsibility. This word has many applications. You can act responsibly, take responsibility for your actions, or have responsibilities. Being responsible means people can count on you to do what is expected of you. As a beta, you'll be put in many situations in which responsibility is a key component. Remember this principle and how it affects you and your club.
Cooperation. Getting along with others and working as a team is an important skill to learn as you grow into the leaders of tomorrow. Focus on being friendly and open to those you work with as you accomplish a greater goal. Honesty. Staying honest in what we know and how we act towards others is of vital importance as we grow into the citizens of good character. Refrain from acts of dishonesty so that you can take full advantage of the opportunities that are provided to you.
Thank you, ladies. Each of these principles you've heard are the building blocks for betas. Inductees, please stand to demonstrate your acceptance of the principles. If you're getting inducted, stand. Raise your right hand and take the pledge of the National Beta membership. Okay, you're going to repeat after me. I'll try to go slow. I hereby declare that I shall always strive to be honest and truthful, to maintain a credible scholastic record. So good. To be of service to my teachers and peers. To conduct myself in an ethical and moral manner. To reflect credit upon my school and community. Very good. You may be seated. Betas, as I call your name, please come up. And these ladies, if you all want to, they will hand you your certificate and your pen. And then if you want to head over to our little balloon arch background just very quickly, we'll have Miss Schinkel snap your picture, and then you can join your family, and there'll be chances to take more pictures afterwards, okay? Tegan Bankston. They're in alphabetical order. Emma Claire Billingsley. Zoe Blake. Cameron Brasher. Reese Brewster. Parker Burke. Haven Chitwood. Kinsley Crabtree. Harley Cross. Enoch Davis. Amelia Douglas. Camden Dunlap. Liam Garner. Colin Haley. Ashton Kidd. Chloe Lay. Jagger Morgan. He may not be here. Set his to the side. Brody Orick. Colt Potter. Colt, go grab your picture. Kirsten Schmetler. Ryder Shoemaker. Balin Slavin. Easton Smart. Sheridan Smith. Maddox Stewart. Harper Strunk. Olivia Strunk. Set that one to the side. Remy Terry. Ryan Terry. And Brielle West. Betas, I encourage you to always be a leader, demonstrate good character, work hard in your academic endeavors, and serve others before yourself. I look forward to seeing how membership in this organization will impact you and how you, in turn, will impact National Beta Club. Please feel free to join us for some light refreshments. We have some little cookie cake and some sweet tea and lemonade and water, and this concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for being patient, and thank you for coming.